It's been quite some time since I dropped an episode of Get Sweaty with Leddy, and that's for good reason, because as you may have seen, Isha and I have been traveling the Southwest, filming episodes, and visiting people and places for natural healing. And it was everything I could have hoped for. I can't wait to release all that footage and what we experienced. In the meantime though, I have one episode that we didn't quite get to releasing, and it's the final episode that we filmed in the original Excelsior sauna that got this program started. And we'll be moving on to the new sauna that was built by Excelsior and designed by me to make sure that we had the coolest experience you could have inside of a sauna. So without further ado, let's get to this episode with Sierra of Saint Lucie, the Sauna Serum, a perfect mixture of vitamins to keep your hair and skin healthy and strong throughout the rigors of the heat inside the sauna. So let's see what Sierra has to say and get our sweat on and enjoy the episode. Get Sweaty with Leddy, a wellness program about pain management. Welcome to what is likely the final episode in the OG Excelsior sauna at Lake Ann. It's been a good run on this butte, but I'm excited to unveil something real exciting very soon. But in the meantime, my guest today is Sierra Blake, whom I initially met at the first sauna and sobriety event held at Back Channel Brewing, and immediately knew I needed to have her on as a guest. Sarah is a therapist, adjunct professor at Augsburg University, and founder of Saint Lucie, a sauna brand that created the first sauna serum in the world. What began as scientific research into sauna and cold plunge transformed into a passion for holistic well-being and the spark that grew her brand. The world's first sauna serum, which are vitamins for your hair and skin that take care of you while sweating it out in the sauna. So let's hop inside the OG sauna and see what Sierra is all about. All right, we're sitting inside the Excelsior sauna, and I've got my guest, Sierra Blake, with me. Say hello.
Hello, happy to be here.
Oh, I'm very happy that you are here.
Thank you.
We first crossed paths at the sauna and sobriety event, as I mentioned outside, but it was a good friend of mine, Matt Eichmann, who recently did a podcast with you, and he's like, hey, you got to get Sierra on. And I was like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
So we talked, and on our first conversation, I was like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. You're really covering a lot of what I'm trying to go for here, because your story in relation to pain is, not the typical one that people would talk about, but it is something that might be more common that everyone experiences than any type of pain.
Sure.
Right? And then you have the sauna serum that we'll get into later. But first and foremost, Sierra, I gotta ask, what brings you into pain?
Yeah, it's such a good question. And I knew this was coming. and I was thinking a lot about it. And I think, in a lot of ways, it's unavoidable, right? It's unavoidable, and it's a part of life. Just like happiness, sadness, surprise, all these things, pain is a part of the human experience. And for me, I think about it, my background is in mental health. That's what my training is in. And I think a lot about how emotional and physical pain are linked together, right? And so, yeah, I'm excited to talk to you about that today and kind of get deeper into it. But that's just what comes to mind when I think about that.
Oh, I know. I think it's great that we're talking about this because, one usually follows the other. Mm-hmm. Two extremes. I mean, if you have, I hurt you can maybe see a little cut on my knee right there. That's not going to lead to emotional pain. But a big time injury like an ACL surgery or a broken back or multiple concussions might lead to mental trauma because you're not able to get over that injury.
Yeah.
Or if you have a significant episode in your life that brings on emotional trauma, that could manifest in physical pain later on.
Yes.
Was there ever an incident in your early life that, triggered one or the other that really kind of set you on this path that you're engaged with right now?
Yeah, I mean, mental health and addiction, right, has touched my life and like the people that I love. And that kind of set me on this path towards, going to grad school to become a mental health therapist, right? And so what I see a lot, if we're talking about this link between the two, is, this was sort of popularized by the book The Body Keeps a Score, right?
Yes.
It's very, very popular and famous book now. And it's sort of brought to the forefront of the cultural consciousness that you can't cut the head off at the neck, right? And so we are one system and it all exists together. And what can begin as, like chronic pain, right? A chronic injury, a back surgery, a broken, torn ACL, right? It can lead to, feelings of sadness, frustration, being upset you can't maybe do the things you used to be able to do if you're an athlete, or just, being able to walk around or bike or do any of the things that you used to be able to do is really frustrating. And on a deeper level, I kind of see that as a loss of meaning in one's life, right? And so when I come at it from like a mental health lens, right, I think about that. What is the loss, right, of this ability, and what is meaningful to you? Because generally, right, athletes and everything, it is a huge part of who they are, and that loss is very painful. Yeah.
Absolutely. I experienced it firsthand after my third ACL surgery knocked me out of my hockey career.
Yeah.
I was trying to hold on to the person that I was, but I was that person no longer because I couldn't play the game in the same way. So it was a big time struggle for me in my early 20s to navigate this turbulent situation that I was thrust into. Nobody wants to be in that type of position. Right. You're not striving to force change in that manner. So then you're struggling, and then you get out of your routine, you develop bad habits that then evolve into worse habits, and then you're stuck in this trap that you're in this hole you can't get out of. You can maybe see the light, but sometimes there's periods where you don't see the light. Yeah. And then you're stuck in there. Yeah. And it's just it's a trap.
Yeah. And so when we think about kind of reconstructing that, or what comes to my mind, right, is like a shift in identity, right? It's a change in identity. Who am I now, right? These are the big existential questions that we begin to grapple with, right? Yeah. And who am I now? What do I like to do? What am I interested in doing? I guess I have to change that now. That sucks, like, all right. And so there is sadness and grief there. And there is also, I think, great opportunity and the ability to redefine and to be empowered in that. And to be able to, like you've done. Right? And so you've found this, like, meaning and purpose within this experience, which is, like, such an incredible path toward healing from something that was, difficult. Yeah.
For sure. And for anybody that's out there that might be struggling or trying to move forward, maybe you can take solace in the fact that, we're in the back end of the year of the snake, where you're shedding this identity that you've been holding on to for so long and moving into a new identity. And life is a cycle. It doesn't happen just once in your life. So be comfortable with knowing that, who you were 20 years ago shouldn't be who you are now. You should continue to evolve. And if you're struggling in a depressive state, take that as an opportunity to find your new path and get excited about it, as opposed to worry yourself to death thinking about woe is me, what is gonna become of me when I am no longer who I am.
Right. I love that you mentioned that, because I know we're into the year of the horse, right?
The fire horse.
The fire horse.
Yes, technically begins on February 17th.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, it's not hard at the new year, so there's still a little time to deal with that, and it might seem really hard because you're essentially carrying two identities.
Sure.
Your old self and your new self. So be comfortable with the fact that this is a difficult time, not just for oneself, but for many people that are out there.
Yeah. I love that. I do love this kind of moving from the snake energy into the fire horse.
Yeah.
And here we are in the sauna
with some fire in a horse in a sauna.
Yeah. I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so cool. I love that, and I think it is a lot of. I mean, it's important to acknowledge and to grieve and to be sad, but also then to make this meaning out of that. How do we do that? And what does it mean to me? And what does it mean to you or anybody? And it will look different, right? And that's cool. I think it's really great that it looks different. And I think that, with the sauna, one way that I connect all these ideas is that it's a really great place to get into tune with what is happening inside of you, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, and so we were talking about this a little bit on the phone before we officially filmed. And there's this idea in mental health. I mean, a lot of people talk about somatic therapy, holistic healing. What does that mean? What does that look like, right? But one way to think about it is it's called interoception, right? And it's the body's awareness of what is happening inside of it. So this is the feeling of when I'm cold and I need to warm up. My muscles are tense. I can feel that. I'm tensing my shoulders. I feel hungry, right? That's what that sense is. And this environment, being in a hot room, right, forces us in a way, or invites us, I will say, to look and feel that sense, right? Am I too hot right now? Is my heart racing? Am I feeling a little bit dizzy or whatever? Do I need to leave? And that is such a powerful and healing thing to tune into with oneself, especially in a world right now where everywhere you turn, it seems someone has the perfect sauna protocol for you. And I get wary of anything that speaks in kind of, absolutes. And I think it is an invitation to lean into that. Okay, what is the perfect sauna protocol for me? Right? Am I too hot right now? Do I want to leave? Even if I didn't maybe hit the 15 or 20 minutes. When I cold plunge, do I want to stay in? Do I not want to stay in? This turning inwards is such like it's this paying attention to your body and to your mind that just heightens self-awareness. It heightens the ability to listen to yourself, trust yourself. And I think this is such like a perfect place for that.
I agree. Whether you're sitting in a sauna by yourself or you're sitting with a group, it has benefits that you really can't get anywhere else. Because when you're in here by yourself, you're totally by yourself. You're listening to the wood crackle. You are paying attention to the steam rising, how it feels on your skin. You're not distracted by a television or other people. But when you are in here with other people, you can really get that community benefit, and nobody's on their phone. Nobody's doing anything except for just being. And that has so much power. And in today's world that's full of distractions, everybody just needs to hop in a sauna and just be.
Have a little chat. Have a little chat with somebody you haven't met before. No, I love that. 100%. I agree. I think it's such a great, so many cultural factors kind of led us to this point, right? We have COVID. We have, right before that, right, the Surgeon General saying loneliness is an epidemic, right? And it's so bad for you. And something we learn about, public health students learn about this, mental health students learn about this, right? How powerful and important social interaction is, literally to your health, right? And so I saw a video. I wish I could remember who it was, but she said it is like self-care and community care are two different things. Right? And so you can't self-care your way, right? Like I always say, healing doesn't happen in isolation. We don't exist in a vacuum, right? We need to have the ability to have your experience mirrored back to you by somebody who has said, I've been there too, or I've experienced something similar, is profoundly healing. It is profound, the effect that has. Yeah.
That type of natural feedback, organic feedback, is so valuable. And I feel like the sauna is the best place to get that natural feedback when you're sitting with someone else.
Yeah.
As opposed to, sitting at a bar or sitting in a library. You're not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by people, but you're not supposed to talk to anybody.
Right.
But in a sauna, when you're sitting on the bench next to somebody, you have every right to strike up a conversation and get to know why that person's in there.
Yeah.
And it could be for a multitude of reasons, right? Maybe they just finished a workout and they're continuing the workout. Maybe they wanted to come in here to have conversation with somebody. Maybe this is their form of workout, and this is how they challenge and push their body by, sitting in a room full of heat and breathing and concentrating on themselves to just feel better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scientific words out there that I could use, but I just like to sometimes just talk in layman terms about, hey, come in the sauna. It'll make you feel better.
Yes.
And it makes people feel better in certain ways, different ways. And that's where you can get that feedback from just talking to someone else. I mean, there might be 5 people in a sauna, and there might be 5 different reasons why that person enjoys sauna and why they're in there.
Yeah. I like to come here. Personally, I like to go because I like to talk to other people. I like to go, the place I go, sauna is like a community sauna gym. And one of the main reasons I like to go is, one, it's like a transition place. I go after work before I go home. I see people I know or don't know, and we chat and about whatever, and it's so nice, and I really enjoy that. It becomes sort of a place to, like, I mean, we say, third space, all this word is getting, tossed around so much, but it is that, right? It's different than like the gym or a bar or whatever, because you're sort of, the purpose is talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, it's very cool.
So how did you decide to go the route of mental health therapist?
Yeah, my gosh. Well, I will say, so I worked previously, like, doing some nonprofit stuff, and I worked more kind of at the policy level, and I felt a little bit of a disconnect there, and I was really more interested. I have a background, I've worked at a number of treatment centers and stuff like that in my early 20s, and I really loved it. I really love, and maybe this is clear, but I just love people.
I can tell you, you're definitely a natural people person.
Which is why I like going and just chatting with everyone all the time at the sauna. But I really love that. And so I wanted to be more involved kind of on the ground with folks. And so I decided to go back to grad school. In 2021, I think it was, fall 2021. And I went through a program. It was like 2.5 years long. And that is when I started getting really interested in all the science behind sauna and cold plunge. And that was sort of the spark that started this wave, right?
Yeah.
But I got really interested in the science behind it while in grad school, and I designed a research study, and I did all this stuff for a long time, like 1.5 years. I worked on this thing, and so I got super into it, and then from there, kind of like everything came after, right? The brand, this interest, this, holistic wellness, like, what does that mean? How do we achieve that? How do we spread this out? How do we make it, like, bring more awareness to it and have deeper conversations about it, beyond the buzzword, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the beginning.
What was your research did you have like a specific goal of your research project?
Yes. So what we wanted to look at, and unfortunately, sadly, this project did not come to fruition for a number of reasons, but we did do all of the, preliminary work leading up to it. And so what we wanted to look at was the psychological impacts of sauna and cold water immersion, specifically on people who are in recovery from substance use disorder. And we wanted to, at that time, there's lots of research studies being published now. 2025 in particular was a big year for this area. But at this time, 2022, 23, not much, right? Especially in the realm of the psychology, right? There was like, the 2,000 Finnish men have cardiovascular benefits. That study was out. There was a couple preliminary observational data about people feeling relaxed, cortisol levels lowering, right? Physical.
Yeah.
Now, cortisol levels lowering is a physical marker, but it's attached to the psychological, right? These things are woven together.
Yeah.
And so I was really interested in going in that direction. So if anybody wants to do that with me, give me a call.
I think we could probably find some takers.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it would be great. Yeah.
I like that. Well, I'm excited to kind of get into the brand over here.
Yeah.
But it is time to throw some more logs in the fire.
All right.
And get this thing piping hot.
Okay.
So let's take a little break and we'll resume and hear all about Sauna Serum, Saint Lucie, and all the good things. We are back for round 2 of the sauna. The wood is nice and on fire.
Yes.
It's hot in here. I'll be a puddle here shortly. Mm-hmm. And we were wrapping up about your research project, mm-hmm. right? And what did you kind of say how your research goes into
ritual?
Research to ritual.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Tell us about just the evolution of that and what that means and why we have this wonderful little product sitting in between us.
Yeah, so I mean, we were working really hard on kind of the academic and scientific side of sauna and cold plunge, and at the same time I was going to sauna, cold plunging all the time, getting really into it, just in my personal life, right? And really enjoying that practice. And what started with a slight annoyance kind of transformed, right? So while I was doing all of that, I noticed my hair was really dry, right? I'm in this high heat all the time, and my hair's getting a little crunchy, okay? I'm wearing a sauna hat, but I have long hair. Yes.
Not fully contained here.
Exactly. And I also would leave the sauna and feel a little bit tight, right? Your skin's a little dried out. And I just started kind of experimenting on my own. I tried, like a leave-in conditioner, and I mm-hmm. brought it with me into the sauna and put it in my hair, sort of like a treatment. Mm-hmm. Super goopy, messy. I was like, wow, never mind. That was crazy. Not too much, right? It's too thick. I tried straight jojoba oil, which is one of the carrier oils in...
That is fun to say.
Yeah.
Can we say that one more time?
Jojoba.
Jojoba oil?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. It's with a J. So it's...
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I know. It's very fun. It's exciting. So it's jojoba or jojoba, whatever, and rosehip oil that are the base oils of this. And I love jojoba oil. And when I was a teenager, I worked at Lush. And I got super into natural products and trying all these different things, and it just as interest of mine. And so I wanted to like elevate my experience. I was looking for something. I wanted to solve the dry hair problem. And I also wanted it to feel like kind of spa, you know? And I talked to other people at my sauna gym, and the other folks are like, what are you putting in your hair? What are you using? Can I use some? And I was like, yeah, this is interesting phenomenon that's happening. And so I followed that spark of curiosity. I looked around the market and I did not see anything that existed. There was no such thing as a sauna serum. There's no such thing as a product made specifically for this purpose in this environment. And I thought, well, maybe I should make it. And so I did. And I did that through, you know, that trial and error of different products. What do I like? I want it to be light, non-greasy, effective.
Yeah.
Smell good.
Yeah.
You know, and that was basically what it was.
With the first product you came out with, were you like, this is it?
Yeah.
or did it take a few times to create the perfect concoction?
Well, yes. So it did take a few times to create the perfect concoction. One of them had vitamin E oil and I think sweet almond oil. Vitamin E oil is a little heavier. I didn't like that. I wanted it to soak in quickly, not feel greasy, make your skin feel soft and your hair be, you know, protected and soften the cuticle as well. And so vitamin E oil was too heavy. I tried it first without the clary sage, and that was a little bit too sweet. I wanted it to be more herbal. So there was definitely some trial and error that happened along the way, but I knew I wanted jojoba oil because it's my favorite, and it's like, it's actually a wax ester or a liquid wax rather than a traditional oil. And so it coats your hair strands and forms a protective barrier around them. And it mimics the sebum in our skin. So it's very light and skin drinks it up, like loves it. So I knew that was like the perfect base. And I just kind of then went from there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how do you put it on? Like, do you, there's a little dropper there. I see it's a small bottle. So we're obviously not, you know, taking the tap off and doing that right there.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to try some?
I would love to try some.
Okay, here, let's put these down maybe.
Yeah, we can still hear us. We'll talk loud enough.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you demonstrate first.
Okay. Should I put on my towel?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I like to do is I take, you know, maybe half a dropper full. I put it into my hands and I like to rub it and then I like to smell it. And you can smell the top note is grapefruit. And then there's rosemary and clary sage in there as well. And that is like a little personal aromatherapy session. So I like to do that. And then I kind of rub it onto my skin, my face. You smell the grapefruit?
Oh, that was delicious.
Yeah, grapefruit and clary sage. And then I do, you know, sometimes I do a little lymphatic drainage massage all with it. And after I put it on my face, I run it through my hair for that kind of protective layer of it.
So you're getting a lot of mileage out of it. Do you do the top of the head or do you mainly just, okay.
Well, I do also, if I'm wearing a sauna hat, I'll put it on my scalp.
Yeah.
And kind of rub it in and then put the sauna hat on top. And it's just like a hot oil treatment for your scalp.
Okay,
cool. Which is really nice, yeah. So it's multi-use on purpose. I wanted it to be, you know, friendly hair, skin, scalp.
Yeah.
Beards.
Oh.
Yeah.
I used to rock a mean beard.
No.
Oh, we're going to put that in this epic photo.
The picture is here.
I was the exact opposite. I was full giant beard with no hair.
Yeah.
And now I'm just the opposite of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I rock some mean beard oil. I really like to let that thing glisten.
Yeah,
you know?
in the sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, the beard is really nice because it's coarser hair, right? And it's exposed to the heat too.
Yeah.
And so a lot of guys will put it in their beard, but I will do, you know, I wanted it to be multi-use on purpose.
Right.
Right? Simple hair, skin, beard, right? One sort of sensory kind of, and you can feel it on your on your skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it just kind of soaks in. It feels light.
I like that a little goes a long ways, too.
Yeah, a little goes a long ways. And it just sort of enhances the sensory kind of experiential moment in the sauna, right? Where you're like getting in touch with, oh, how does this feel, right? Slowing down, relaxing, the aromatherapy of it and the sensory nature of it really like enhance that experience. Yeah, was sort of the vision behind it all.
I love it because everybody always asks me, what does a sauna hat do? Mm-hmm. And it just helps regulate your body temperature so you can stay longer and protects the top of your head from getting just, charred in a sense.
Yes.
But adding this element right here, the sauna serum, is just a double whammy of taking care of yourself inside the wellness space that is the sauna.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So I love to do that, like, add the serum with the sauna hat, right? And it sort of locks in that moisture and it just elevates it a little bit, in an accessible way. It's like, even if, you're in a community sauna that's more socially focused, or your backyard one or something like this, it adds a little bit of a fun little luxury to that moment, right?
Yeah.
And that is sort of my driving ethos behind it, right? Like just a little bit of an extra thing. And then the hair protective benefit is also really nice. And that, you leave, people talk about the post-sauna glow.
Mm-hmm.
That'll just like enhance that even more, right? Your skin loves it. And so it's just 6 ingredients. It's jojoba, rosehip, sunflower oil, and then rosemary extract, clary sage, and grapefruit essential oil. So cool. Very lightly scented. Very natural, all vegan, all natural. And I did that intentionally, right? To be used in a space like this.
Cool.
Yes.
How long have you been manufacturing and selling this?
Yeah, I launched in 2024. So it's 2026 now. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we're making it to year 2. But the fall of I guess I registered my LLC in the summer of 2024 and then kind of launched a few months after that. And it was crazy. My first customer was the sauna gym that I go to, and
which was Embrace North.
Embrace
right?
North.
Shout
out to Embrace North. And I reached out to them and I said, "Hey, I have this product. Like, do you guys want to sell it?" And they said, "Yeah, sure." And I said, "I've made it."
That was easy.
Let's just do that like 5,000 more times.
Yeah.
But it was great, and so they did it. And they've been one of the best, partners of Saint Lucie. And tons of other ones too, like Superior and all kinds of folks across the country at this point now, which is awesome. And it's just like a fun, the people I've met along the way are so cool.
Yeah.
What a passionate bunch of business owners, right? Like, what a welcoming. I mean, I've really enjoyed it. It's just been such a fun space to be a part of. Yeah.
So how many states would you say that you're selling Sauna Serum in? Or Saint Lucie? Or how many states is Saint Lucie in? How about that?
She is in, Miss Lucie, she's in about 15 states now.
Cool.
Yes, yeah, and growing. And so, we are, as bathhouses open and as this industry has kind of like continued to grow across the United States and even internationally, right? We're talking Canada, UK, EU. I mean, there's a rising tide, right, of interest in, okay, I'm in the sauna, now what do I do, right? What do I do in here? Some people read, you do skincare, hair care, journal, gua sha, right? Like, it's sort of, it's an intentional space to pay attention to that part of yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that is what I see the product as a tool for that. Right?
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you have any other, is this going to be like the pinnacle product, or are you thinking of other things, or is this just, I really love the Sauna Serum and just going to drive it home?
Yeah. I mean, this is our hero, right? This is our hero. This is our OG. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have some thoughts, right? It would be great to expand the product line. It would be great to do, like a Saint Lucie sauna ritual, right? So my dream for that, I'll share this with my dream for that would be, with my mental health background and the fact that I've led, so many groups, right, through therapy and stuff, I see that skill as being a part of this, right? And so my dream for it is like I lead people through kind of maybe a lymphatic drainage, scalp massage with the oil. And at the same time, we're talking about, I think it would be fun to do kind of lighter questions that kind of just give people a little moment of levity, maybe humor. I think it would be funny to, ask people, like, if you could have the world record for anything, what would it be? Just like kind of just a little bit more light, like, and that is just like an area of connection where it's low pressure, it's kind of funny and silly, and you're in this space together and you're like just getting to know each other in kind of a lighter way. Yeah. Right? It just opens the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, mobile sauna Olympics just came into my mind, where you're competing to back up the mobile sauna into the spot and then light the fire, and who gets it is
What?
Yeah. Meanwhile, people are running a marathon.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
I love it. And I got it. Yeah. Write that down. Somebody.
All right. We'll make that happen.
Very fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just think that would be fun and cool to do something like that. You see all these really intentional, like, art performances in saunas, or, Aufguss, and like, community, like conversations that are being kind of inspired. And, I think it would be fun to invite some humor into that and just be like kind of fun and goofy and like a little bit.
Let's put our heads together. I love the humor side of things.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll come up with something unique. Or
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That is right.
Yes.
That is right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Very fun.
So, if there were something that you'd want to share with our viewers, maybe on the mental health side of things, because we're filming this as the beginning of January. Mm-hmm. People are starting the resolutions. There might be a lot of seasonal depression going on out there. What's something that you would just advise the person that is sitting at home and they're saying, "Gosh, I'm just kind of stuck in the doldrums a little bit." Mm-hmm. What would be the first thing you'd say to do?
Call somebody. Tell a friend. Yeah, reach out to someone that you feel comfortable sharing that with. Yeah.
Community is so important, and just simply reaching out. I could attest that when I was in my biggest depressive state, I felt more comfortable just being by myself, being with my two cats. We'll say that.
Yeah.
But the way that I would feel after engaging with somebody, engaging with a friend, and just putting yourself kind of back into that normal routine, or that routine you maybe want to get into, is incredibly helpful. So I think that's a great tip.
Yes.
Just pick up the phone, give somebody a call.
Yeah.
And go to a sauna, have a conversation.
With somebody, yes. And I think pick up the phone, give somebody a call. It's so hard, can be so hard, right? Especially you're, in the winter, cold. And that's why I think, especially here in Minnesota, this is such an antidote to that. And it can feel really hard and maybe daunting to do. But what's cool about this is that all you need to do is just come and sit down. You just got to come and sit down, and then whatever happens will happen. But just come and sit down, listen to your body. One other thing I would say is that the science continues to evolve about this practice. We just saw some new research about cold plunge in women and how they may respond differently. And with vasoconstriction and all kinds of, differences in physiology. But there's a really great psychologist, Harvard psychologist, her name's Ellen Langer, and she says, science is always just our best guess. Listen to yourself, which goes back to what we were talking about previously. I would say call someone, and I would say if you're in a sauna, listen to yourself. That is the key to wellness. What works for you, right? And listen to that. Am I too hot? I want to get out. Am I too cold? I want to stop, right? What are the limits to my body? How do I listen to those? How do I tune in, right? And we will continue to see the science emerge, and we will learn more. And I think that's awesome as a researcher, academic, whatever person. I think it's so great and it's so important, but it's always just our best guess. Listen to yourself. Yeah.
If I could add one thing too, it'd just be breathe.
Yes.
Focus on your breath. You don't need anything else except you and fresh air. You know, there's some power in concentrating on your breathing, and it can really turn your frown upside down.
Yeah, it can be, you know. Yeah, totally. It's such a powerful and simple, right? That turning inwards, exactly.
Yeah.
That turning inwards. You know?
Yeah.
That's the deepest breath I've taken all day. How nice, you know?
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Well, nice. Well, are you ready to take a big, deep breath in a cold hole of water out there?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready for it?
Yep, here we go.
All right, it's time to get this contrast therapy in here and
let's go.
Really turn any sort of mental health and put it into good use.
Yeah, here we go.
Feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, let's hop in. Don't walk on this path. This is like a friggin' rink.
Okay.
So yeah, walk on the crunchy stuff. I already came out here to cut the hole and quickly learn where to not walk. Oh yeah. We recently had some rain, so everything is extra icy.
A little slippery.
So there's no ladder, but it is. Oh, yeah. Hey-o.
We found it. There it was.
Oh man.
Are you going on that side?
I'm gonna go in here. Well, wherever's kind of comfortable. I'm gonna leave my sandals here. Aim them towards my destination.
Okay.
That's always a pro tip that I like to give people.
Oh yeah.
Might be a little sheen. We're good. All right, I'll go in first.
Okay.
Oh yeah!
Not the splash.
This is Sierra's first time cold plunging in a lake.
It is.
How about that?
It's actually not so bad.
No, the sandy bottom is really nice.
Yeah.
The walk is the most daunting.
The walk
It
is
is.
the most daunting.
Yeah.
You need good balance.
Good balance. Better shoes, maybe.
Not
Some would
slippery
say.
thong sandals. Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know, but some are saying that.
Better than barefoot.
Very true.
So yeah, here we are. We're plunging. How long do you usually like to plunge for?
A couple minutes.
A couple minutes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Usually, what about you?
Yeah, varies. You know.
Sometimes you do a little dip. It depends. Some days I think, oh yeah, 2 minutes feels good, and some days I think, I'm good with this.
Yeah.
You know, it depends. Yeah.
Yeah. My rule number one is don't be a hero. You don't need to try to hit your time every time.
Yeah.
Listen to your body, as
Yeah.
we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And feel what's right. I kind of get in that threshold where I'm like really settling in, which is a good threshold to be in.
Yeah.
But the last episode that we did in here, I was like right at the beginning of getting sick, and I knew that I needed to get the hell out
Yeah.
and get back in the sauna, because even though cold plunge and contrast therapy is good, if you're not feeling good, it's not going to cure you, you know?
Right. And listen, I mean, that's such, you know, kind of the motto of the day, right? Like right now I'm sensing, you know, my feet are a little cold, but I'm feeling okay. Like I'm not feeling super overwhelmed or whatever, you know, too freezing. So I'm feeling good about sitting in here today. How about you?
Yeah, I feel real good. I'm kind of digging my toes into the sand, giving it a little layer of warmth. And when we're doing it at back channel, we got the little mucky bottom, which is really nice. It's like putting on just warm muck boots. A little exfoliation to go along with your cold plunge. Yeah. Maybe make that into your next serum, you know?
I will. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I feel good.
Yeah.
I might.
All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, let's get out of here. Wait, don't be a hero. So yeah, you just use a little mat right there. Yes.
First cold plunge in the lake.
Hey, bring it.
Yay!
All right. Now we gotta make the treacherous walk back.
Yeah.
Don't slip. Easy steps. And we'll be in heaven on earth in no time. That is the sauna.
No time at all.
Choppy baby steps. Well, we are back in the hot room.
Yeah.
After Sierra's first ever lake cold plunge experience. Mm-hmm. What do you got to say about it?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was psyching myself. I was like, oh, all the snow, all the ice, it's going to be freezing. It was not as cold as I thought it was going to be. I mean, definitely still cold.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Such a beautiful day for it, too. I really liked it.
It's just that extra element of nature into the mobile sauna experience, right?
Yes.
Because there's something just really beautiful about being outside. You got the primitive aspect of the wood-fired sauna, and then going and jumping into a hole that I cut open about an hour and a half ago, and settling into some sand, which you don't see. You're not messing around with sand, during the dead of winter in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So to get that little bit between your toes. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I got an ice fisherman walking by right here, right now.
Hello.
That was a nice courtesy wave right there.
I like
He's like he almost heard us.
Hey, bet you.
Yeah.
Happy fishing.
Yeah, good luck out there.
Yeah.
Watch out for the hole.
Yeah, but it's very elemental. I mean, right? There's the wood, fire, hot air, the water, right? The wind, that...
The sun.
The sun, right? That we can see today. And you are not often outside for very long unless you're rushing to your car in the middle of Minnesota winter or winter anywhere. And so it's such a cool experience to have in this climate, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself.
I did. Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed our episode. This has been fantastic. Where can people find your glorious sauna serum, Saint Lucie?
Yes. Okay. So a couple places on Instagram. We are Shop Saint Lucie. Shop Saint Saint. Lucie is Lucie. And that is the same across all platforms. So our website is shopsaintlucie.com as well, where you can check out our sauna serum. We have some merch. We have a cool hat that says Après Sauna on it. It's like a cool dad hat that is fun for after you are, driving home from your session. And we have like a ritual kit as well that comes with like a scalp and face massager with the oil that people have been loving. So come check us out.
I love it. Well, you don't even need to go to a sauna place to get it. You can order it online, get it right to your home, and then you've got yourself a little self-care kit for your sauna.
Yeah, a little sauna in a bottle. Yeah.
Well, Sierra, I can't thank you enough for coming here. I would imagine that you'll be a guest at some of the events that I'll be putting together down the road, so stay tuned for all of that.
Awesome.
And until next time, cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Thank you. This was so fun.
This was.
Should we cheers Mike?
Oh, I like the cheers mic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I stole your mic.